I'm discussing the result of the Circus trial, and the Circus trial is about cyclosporine in acute MI patients. The goal of the study was to basically determine whether cyclosporine was able to improve clinical outcome in STEMI patients. The rationale for that was that some years ago we showed that in STEMI patients also cyclosporine was able to reduce infarct size, and then this new step was to see whether it could improve clinical outcome. The findings are sort of disappointing because in fact we didn't show any significant effect of cyclosporine on the death, rehospitalization for heart failure and LV remodeling, or any of the individual component endpoints. So basically the study is neutral or negative, if you will, and there is no significant effect of cyclosporine. There may be several reasons. In fact, first of all, the time window for having an effect in what we call reperfusion injury is very narrow, so it's kind of difficult in those patients that come in emergency situation to have the drug on board and effective in such a short time. The second point is that we had a pilot study years ago where it was positive for infarct size reduction, and since that time, which is 7 years about that, new treatments have been introduced in the patient, new way of producing recanalization of the coronary artery, etc., that may have influenced the efficacy of this drug. So basically this is it. At the end of the study, because we were completely blinded with respect to the results, so it was well after the study was completed that we knew it was negative. Well, it would have been a great improvement because in fact there is currently no treatment for what we call reperfusion injury, that is the damage to the heart after the artery has been reopened. So it would have been the first treatment for that, but it is not the case. But the field is still open for other drugs, other strategies, etc. And I think that the day we will find the good drug or treatment, it will significantly improve patient outcome because it may have a huge impact, in fact. First of all, it has been difficult to prove that this type of injury is of importance in acute MI patient. It took times, and then now there has been a lot of trials, unfortunately all negative, and you know, things are still, we learn a lot from basic research about the mechanism of this. So in the meantime, while we are producing clinical trials, we have to better understand the mechanisms, identify new molecular targets, so all these things move quite slowly, in fact, so it takes time. Yeah, it is. Negative studies are negative, certainly, but they are positive in a way that you have a new step forward, and even it's the way it goes, yeah, that is, you eliminate hypothesis, and then you redirect your research, and it is always useful to have even a negative trial. It stimulates discussion. So this one was unexpected. People awaited a positive result. So it is good in a way that you have to rethink, you have to review the concept and try to explain why. So you sort of a brainstorming is coming. And it's always positive in a way at the end of the day. It's very important to have discussions with people and to have new ideas, to be criticized, to try to understand what's going on, what is wrong, what is in the right direction. To also have people considering that the work has been done, it had to be done, it has been well done, and you know, it's encouraging for the future. So it's always positive. As I said, we have sufficient evidence that reperfusion injury is important in clinical in those patients. We have to tackle it, but we may have to find new strategies, give the drug in a different way, higher dose, intracoronary early on, for a longer time, use maybe different drugs, maybe combine therapies, and have more specific drugs. So I think the story is still ongoing.